You're watching Mouse Clicks TV Rebooted, and we're back with Tim Myers talking about Windows 7 and tips for Windows 7. And
yeah, I'm going to go over some tips that are kind of unique for Windows 7. You know how sometimes you might have a bunch of windows open, you might have, especially if you're working, you might have 50 different Microsoft Outlooks open, a couple Internet Explorers open, and you just need a quick way to minimize them all. Well, if you go up to the top of the window that you want to minimize, and you take it and you vigorously shake it, it's going to bring them all down.
oh,
So you just have the one window up that you really want up.
right.
Okay, and there's another thing that you can do with Windows 7 that I think is pretty cool. So if we pull up another, Open Office.
Right.
Instead of Microsoft Office, we're going to use Open Office.
Right.
I agree with Don, in some points where
In
you
some
get some
points,
free
right.
free
And
software.
OpenOffice is a free
to use. It's free to
suite
use. It's
of
free
tools.
to use, yeah. And you can actually you can save in Microsoft Office format, or you can open up Microsoft Office documents, which is good too.
And I even use OpenOffice on my Mac.
I didn't know it worked with Mac.
Yeah, it does work with
great.
Mac. So when I want to save a document and send it to someone who I know is going to have to open it on a PC, I can save it.
Yeah, now look here, I got my resume up, so we need to, okay, so I got 2 documents here.
Okay.
And sometimes you might want to compare more than one document at a time. So what we can do is we can click and dock. So I'm going to go up to the top of the window, and I'm going to drag it all the way over to the side. And I'm going to take the other one and drag it all the way over to the left-hand side. And what that'll do is it puts them so you can compare 2 documents at one time.
Nice.
Yeah, that is nice. So it's half the screen is one document, and half the screen is the other document.
I don't know how I'll ever go back to one monitor now that I've been on 2 monitors,
And
but
then I can shake, and it would bring them down.
nice.
It's a little harder on a laptop without the mouse, but you can still do it.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm going to go ahead and close these.
Now, do you ever use a mouse with your laptop, or
No,
you
I
strictly
don't.
use the touchpad?
Yeah, I use the touchpad. It's takes up less space. Why use? That's why you
Right.
got a laptop, because it's mobile. Something else you can do is you can arrange your icons. Sometimes your icons down the taskbar, you might want something arranged a little bit different.
Uh-huh.
With Windows 7, you can grab those icons and just move them wherever you want to move them to.
Mm-hmm.
See how they will move?
Right.
Sometimes you might use one program over another. So if you have a bunch of programs and some that you use more than others, you can pin them to your taskbar too, which is pretty neat. We'll take Office here. We'll take Notepad. You can take just about anything, and you can pin it down to your taskbar if you're going to use it.
So what do you think is the big difference between Vista and Windows 7?
Windows 7, the biggest thing?
The biggest thing.
Windows 7 works.
Windows 7 works.
Yeah, Windows 7. Windows 7 is what Vista should have been. I didn't have any problems with it myself, but I work in support, so I did hear a lot of problems with Windows Vista. Windows 7, I plugged it in. It found all my hardware.
Yes.
With my computer at home, and I ran the advisor. It said it was going to work, and it did.
And it did.
Yeah, I didn't have to find drivers. And I use a 64-bit edition too of Windows.
Uh-huh.
And it found all the drivers I
So
needed.
it was all there. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So that's that.
That's that.
That's
okay. And so I'm going to upgrade. I have a Toshiba that has Vista on it. And the thing that drives me crazy about it is all the permissions. And it seems like I just can't quite get under the hood with it like I used to with even XP.
You can turn that off, actually. Are you talking about the user access
Yeah.
control? You can turn that off.
And how do
And
I do that?
I'll
Because I tried to get under the hood and change those permissions and give myself permission everywhere, but it'll still stop me doing certain things and say you're not allowed in there.
Yeah, you can. I do it. You can change. I'll have to show you maybe another segment how we can change that.
Change those permissions.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But if you're a user and you don't really know what you're doing a lot, then
Right.
maybe that's a good idea, just to keep them,
Sure.
so you don't mess stuff up.
Right. Well,
Right.
I wouldn't want to do that. All right. So you're watching Mouse Clicks TV Rebooted. And you can also see us at mouseclickstv.com.